Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Casper, the Born Diviner, and it's been a long time since we've talked face to face. So in this video, I'm going to have a short live catch up with you guys just to update you about what has been going on. Apart from that, maybe show you some decks that I recently got, maybe since we've met, and I really enjoy. And also about all the decks that I have pre-ordered and why I pre-ordered them and why I treated myself after so long. I've been pretty busy, and to be honest, like, work was getting quite more intense. I'm a bit surprised by, how much you have to do as you rise up the corporate ladder, take on new roles, take on new responsibilities. I kind of underestimate how much effort it takes. So when I reached and I gotten my new role last year, I still had some time over the weekends, some time, mental space to really create, which is important to me. This channel is important to me, I think you guys know. But as time went on, I started feeling more and more worn down, and the drive, the motivation that I had slowly died off. The discipline that I had with creating weekly videos also slowly died off, and honestly I wish I could get back to that. Weekly videos, I even wanted to start pick a card readings. I know some of you guys don't like that, but I wanted to try it out because I thought it could help me evolve as a reader with more practice, and doing readings for non-specific people, for groups of people, would be a way that I could explore my skill, my craft. At the same time, I didn't have that mental space, and that's why the channel slowly died off. Apart from that, I also had more social events. I started dating someone, and now he's my partner. So a lot of time and effort has been invested in that, and that had to give, right? And because work was ramping up, I had a social life now that I had to try to invest in. Yeah, my channel suffered, and I would say that it was a fair exchange in a way. Just a month ago, I was actually laid off from my job, and that was quite scary considering how the recession is really coming worldwide. Things are getting tougher and tougher, and I was pretty worried. But at the same time, I felt a bit blessed. I felt like, okay, I do have a tiny channel. I do have a few viewers still around here. You guys still watch, some of you. I thought, if worst comes to worst, I'm going to invest all my energy into having a small tarot business where I do freelance tarot readings, maybe readings for events, things like that. That was my initial plan. At the same time, I was applying for jobs all over the place. And fortunately, I've gotten a new job, and I've been there for a week so far. If you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I do a lot of readings, and a lot of them have to do with my current job. And because it is, again, another level higher than what I'm expected or what I was expecting to do, there are pros and cons, right? For example, I have more disposable income even though I haven't gotten any pay yet. It's been only 1 week. At the same time, this is again a new role. I keep trying new things. I don't know what's in my astrology chart or something, but it's harder. It's been overwhelming. I'm honestly quite stressed out by it. At the same time, because of my want to create again, right? What have I been doing that whole month? I was looking for a job, going through a lot of interviews, and really taking the space before I start my work to really relax before I start work. Now that I started work, I'm hoping slowly I can get back into this creation venue, something that I loved to do, something that I want to try to practice. Sorry guys, if you hear some construction, Murphy's Law, nothing was happening before this, and suddenly now when I started filming, there's so much noise. Let's hope that this mic doesn't pick it up, but I'm pretty sure it would. Okay, yeah, so I can't promise anything. I know you guys will not pressure me to do anything. It's just, another YouTube channel, another YouTuber, another tarot tuber creating content that you probably have seen before. So I know you guys won't pressure me, but it's something I really hope to get back in. But knowing this job taking up more mental space, I don't know, I'm at a loss, right? I really want to get back into this. At the same time, I need to consolidate, I need to invest time and mental space and mental power into my new job so that I could really secure it. Being laid off has had some trauma, right? Trauma from being laid off. It's honestly scary. I feel so unsafe now, even if I'm doing work, especially when you're new. You might not, I might not even have any clear expertise that I could bring to the table, or any, basically you just feel unsafe when you're new. So I'm hoping to settle in, I'm hoping to prove myself in the upcoming months. At the same time, I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed by it. I really hope things will go better soon. Okay, so that's my short life update. Thanks for listening, and now we can really talk about the decks that I've gotten since the last time we met that I really enjoy. And one of them is really this one, the Tarot of the Alchemical Magnum Opus. I don't know if so you can see, this is the Tarot of the Alchemical Magnum Opus, and I really like this deck. Anyway, I really enjoy this deck. It makes me feel like getting the Alchemical Tarot because it has the full imagery, but something about how simple this deck is to read is kind of amazing. Look at this fermentation. So nice. Very simple, very clear, and I've gotten very clear readings from this deck. Because I don't have the original, I was worried I wouldn't get it. Also, the book that comes with this deck, or Robert M. Place's book about his whole series of decks, it was really hard to get, so I didn't get it. And to be honest, knowing myself, I probably would have read it anyway. I have so many books and I don't necessarily read most of them. But this is a deck I really jive with so far. The only downside is that I don't really like the cardstock, but it's serviceable, and the size is really nice, it's really small, and I really like the box. It's textured, so really cool. Yeah, so if you are a person who doesn't have the Alchemical Tarot, you don't really know Robert M. Place's style, you don't really know his kind of readings, and you like this deck, but you're worried you wouldn't be able to get it, rest assured, I'm telling you now, this deck isn't hard to get. This is a good deck to actually understand and get it. It's not necessarily RWS, there are some differences here and there, but honestly, I've been enjoying this deck a lot. And the colors are so minimalist, they're really pretty. Yeah, I really have nothing bad to say about this deck. Okay, moving on to the next deck. This deck is something I got, it's a mages only deck, which is something I don't really jive with. And I haven't consecrated it yet or done any readings with it, but it's the Asphodelon Tarot. And it's mainly because I've been trying to work a bit more with Greek goddesses and gods, specifically Apollo and Hecate, or Hecate. So this deck is really all the Greek gods and goddesses in this deck. So I think this is Hermes as the magician. High priestess is Hecate or Hecate. And you know, I've been looking at all those, I have the Hecateon by Jack Grail, I think, and I'm so tempted to go for his class as well. And I think Jason Miller also has a class on Hecate. So, but again, I just got laid off and I just splurged on so many decks. So I have no reason to actually go ahead with any of those courses. I don't have time, I don't have money anymore, right? So once I keep feeling like I know this rambling, this nothing to do with the deck, but I feel like I keep pushing back my goals and my wishes and my spiritual life for this corporate chase. And the main reason is because I want to retire early. I want to earn that money so that I can stop and really focus on something else. Some people would say maybe you take a lower paying job, but from my experience, right, just because you are lower paid low doesn't mean it takes less time and energy. Firsthand, I've had jobs that paid much less and had a lot more mental stress. So I just feel like I'm caught in this rat race. I need to run. I need to run as fast as I can, but without burning out, so that I can have a sustainable income and then, attain financial freedom, and then be able to, take the courses I want, spend more time with all the things I want to work on, including this tarot channel and my tiny tarot freelance work. Yeah, anyway, if you guys are interested in seeing this full deck, just let me know. I think I was left with a few, but I don't really have much to say because I haven't worked with it. I just kind of like the imagery. I was hoping to use it more. Yeah, because honestly, before this, I have this deck called the Tarot of the PGM, I think. And I didn't jive with that at all. So this was meant to replace that. At the same time, I have tiny little authors here and I've been using the PGM Tarot's imagery of Apollo and Hecate. So, at least I can use it for that. So these are the two decks that I've used recently that I really enjoy. And let me talk about the decks that I pre-ordered and waiting on, that I'm really excited about. I pre-ordered the Monsoon Tarot on Kickstarter. I have not received it yet. I've seen many people receive it, not me. So I have a feeling I'm in the second batch because I was pretty late to getting to it. That's number one. Number two, I also ordered this Cryptid Tarot, Cryptid Oracle. Yep, I got the Lil Cryptid Oracle, which is really cute, but it's really expensive, guys. Honestly, part of me regrets getting it because I know myself and I don't really read well with oracles in general, just because there are always new systems, things that I have to pick up. So like, for example, I got the Cosma Visions long ago and I'm finding it so hard to read. But that leads me to my next topic, right? I actually backed the Green Glyphs Tarot, Runes Oracle. I already have the Lenormand, so I didn't see a point in getting the whole box set again. It is so expensive. I also didn't see a point in getting the big book, just because I bought the big book for the Prisma Visions and the Cosma Visions and I barely touched it. That's number one. And number two, I'm not going to use 4 of the decks together. So that's how it is lah. I don't need that big book to teach me how to combine them because I'm not intending to combine them. At the same time, I couldn't resist getting the rune deck, even though I don't read with runes. And if I do, you know, I'm hoping that could ease me towards reading with actual runes that I bought. I have Futhak runes in my little drawer over there, but I've not read with them. So that's the hope. You know, using the deck, looking at the imagery, and then slowly learning the runes so that I could use the actual runes for casting. And I got the Green Glyphs Oracle just because they're so cute. It is so cute. Couldn't help it. Even though I have a feeling I will regret it just because I don't read well with oracles. And I got the Green Glyphs Tarot. Yeah, just because I really like the imagery and I really want to use it with the Lenormand. At the same time, I'm kind of disappointed by the box situation. I've commented on the thing for a few times, but basically it comes in a huge box. Because of the book, right? The book is huge, bigger than the box, bigger than the deck. At the same time, there is no interior tuck box. And that's a problem because I live in Singapore, right? In the shipping from there to here, if it's with that little plastic thing, sometimes it really hurts the edges of the cards. Sometimes cards will slip out of the box insert, things like that, and it's so much trouble. And to buy a specific satchel for the deck itself, this is 12 USD. I really don't want to. I really don't want to add another thing. I was just hoping a tuck box would come with it so I don't have to bring that huge box with the huge insert wherever I go. Ultimately, I guess I just have to buy some random bags just for it. That would be cheaper than actually getting the satchel, so that's my current plan. Hopefully that'll be fine. Okay, so yeah, that's another deck I backed. All the stretch goals, all that, I'm not really there for it. I really just wish that the tuck box thing would happen. I would pay like $5 for a tuck box. It's just paper. At the same time, if I really have to do it, I will make my own tuck boxes. I have not done it yet. This is a project that I really wanted to do long ago, like create cute little tuck boxes for some of my decks. But again, time, money, resources, you know, mental space. Okay, moving on. The next deck I actually backed is the Ephemera deck by Arthur Wang, I think. Arthur Wang. Yeah, he's the one who created the True Black, which I kind of don't use. The True Black, for me, I got the version with the misspelled Hierophant just because I couldn't wait. And I felt like that deck was a bit too thick. It was very thick. I don't like the rose petal finish. I know the Ephemera deck does have rose petal finish, but I couldn't resist. So I do know that, you know, I might be investing in something that I won't use. But I really like the Ephemera Tarot so far. I like the use of color on top of the white, and he did say that deck would be thinner, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to use it better than the True Black Tarot, which is super thick, super hard to shuffle because of the spot gloss. Mine was the spot gloss, and with the rose petal finish. So I think after the misspelled Hierophant, he did change the spot gloss to transparent foil, and I feel like that worked better because I shuffled my friend's deck and it worked better. So I really hope that the gold foil wouldn't make it harder to shuffle like how the spot gloss did for the True Black. So that's how I feel about the Ephemera Tarot. It is a beautiful deck. It's something that I felt like, you know, I could just invest in. I also bought the Fyodor Pavlov deck. So that's another deck I pre-ordered through Books Depository, which I have a bad experience with, but I hope this time it wouldn't be bad. At the same time, I bought a book recently from Books Depository. Tracking has shown that it has reached Singapore, but it's been 10 days and I haven't seen it yet, so that's another thing. So I'm just praying that my Fyodor Pavlov Tarot will come here on time. And Fyodor Pavlov Tarot, I know I want it. Like, there's no question. It is so beautiful. Okay, but why? Why did I spend so much money on decks when I just got laid off? I just feel like, you know, after a traumatic event, sometimes you just need time and you need money to just treat yourself. A lot of these purchases came after I secured a new job. So I felt like it was a way for me to reward myself to you know, like, hey, I worked hard, I interviewed a lot, and I finally got a job. That's why I bought so many cards. At the same time, I really hope I can hang on to this job I hope I can adapt better. I hope I can grow faster so that I reach a level of comfortable competence. That is my prayer, that by the end of this year, I'll reach a level of comfortable competence so I don't feel so stressed over trying to keep up, trying to learn. I know it's just been 1 week, so I'm trying to be gentle on myself. At the same time, the people around me have expectations and I feel them. I feel them strongly. Even if they don't mean it, I feel it strongly. So yeah, I would say this is the end of my catch-up. It was nice seeing you again. I hope you enjoyed my rambling, my update, my decks, talking about my decks. And if you have any decks that you've recently backed or anything, things that you think I would appreciate, please leave them down in the comment below and I'll be sure to watch. Yeah, also down below, I have an Amazon link for the Fyodor Pavlov Tarot. So if you buy anything from that link, after that link, I would get a small cut. It doesn't add any money for you, it just helps me out. Thank you so much guys, thanks for sticking around and have a good day, take care, bye!